Good girl. Look at that one. See there's veins in there? And let's look at this one. Looks like we got veins in there too.
Hey YouTube, what's going on? Today's video is going to be a little different as I'm not herping. Last year I collected a few rough green snakes as a passion project of mine. I actually built this enclosure from scratch and my goal was to give them their own little slice of nature in my house. I'm not a snake breeder, but I did know that I had a male, Anitra, and a female, Sasha. So I figured if babies were ever in the picture, I'd just immediately release them where the parents were collected. This all sort of started coming to fruition this spring and I wanted to share the process with y'all. I hope you guys enjoy. This all started back at the beginning of March. I noticed Sasha looked a little thicker than usual. Here you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Over the next few weeks she went into shed and then she shed her skin. I assumed this was her pre-lay shed and that she was going to be laying her eggs any day now. When a few weeks passed I figured that I was wrong. She must have just ovulated and she wasn't actually gravid at this point. That's when a few weeks later I walked in on this. I've never seen snakes mating in person, so this was really fun for me. Green snakes are quite skittish though, so I didn't get the greatest footage because I didn't want to disturb them. However, I'll probably post a separate video at some point of all the courting footage that I have, simply because I couldn't find any YouTube videos about green snakes mating whenever I was going through this, and maybe it'll help someone else in the future. Now, after the mating, over the next few months, I definitely noticed that my snake was getting larger, and here's a view of her the week that she laid her eggs. And now we're going to cut the voiceover and head back to the audio of the actual video.
It is an exciting morning here. I've just realized we've got Sasha and Anitra both up here, and Sasha looks a lot skinnier. She's finally laid her eggs, I believe. She spent all of yesterday underground somewhere in here. So I'm gonna have to search to see where she laid her eggs, and I will pick back up once I find them. I'm not a snake breeder, and I've mentioned that before, maybe in the future, who knows, but one of the things of having a naturalistic enclosure like this is that there's not like a designated breeding spot, or you don't have your snake in a rack to where it's very easy to control where it's going to lay its eggs. So as a result, this is the aftermath of searching for the eggs, but I did have success, so let me show you. Sasha gave us 4 apparently healthy eggs. Nothing that looks, obviously bad or anything like that. So we'll keep an eye on them. Let me get this all cleaned up a bit and then I will show you how I'm gonna set up the incubator. Okay, so you might have remembered from the first shot that 3 of the eggs were attached to one another. 1 was free. They all 4 were attached when I first found them. 1 came detached. Generally, when snakes lay their eggs, they're kind of held together by this little sticky film, and over time that becomes a bit harder to break apart. And if you leave them together like this, it's okay. But I did manage to get this one separated as well. So we've got 2 that are separate, 2 that are stuck together. This is just a mixture of perlite and a little bit of water. It's like just damp enough to where I can mold it a bit. I'm just gonna create a little indentation here in the perlite for one of my eggs. Now within 24 hours, it's believed to be okay to flip a reptile egg. I don't really want to chance it. After that, you really are not, you'll kill any babies if you flip the eggs. I'm gonna put 4th and final egg right here. Okay, so we've got them all right in this little Tupperware. And I've created actually some cross ventilation holes. Yeah, you can see they're poked in the side here. I just use like it's just a drill actually, maybe a hot Dremel or something like that to close this up so it's got some humidity from the damp perlite, and then I'll show you what's next. All right, I think I'm gonna post another video on how I made this little cheap incubator at home, but it's just a cooler with a heating pad with a thermostat. And then I'm going to put this in here, if I can get it around this cord. Careful not to disrupt the eggs. There we go. Putting that inside, and I can actually close this plug it in, set the temperature. I think I'm gonna do 80 degrees. This is the little heat register for the thermostat. I'm just gonna put that on the lid of the Tupperware. It suctions on there really well. I don't want it reading right next to the heating pad or it'll be constantly reading too hot. And in I think 5 to 12 weeks, these things should hatch, provided we're lucky. Proud mama right here. Just rearranged everything. I actually added a few purple hearts back there as well while I had all of the soil out, and watered these guys, and both came out for a little drink. So excited to see some little ones hatching out of eggs in hopefully no time. What are you doing? What are you doing, cutie? You're a good mom, aren't you? What do you guys want? Huh? You wanna go outside? Let's go outside. Let's go. Get out there. Get out there. Go. Go. Let's check on the green snakes, guys. Since the last time I was recording the eggs, I did go ahead and mark them with a marker so that I had the dot on the side that needs to stay up. I want to go ahead and candle these to see if they're good. Got my flashlight set up here, and I can see veins in here. Very cool. Put that back. Egg number 2. I can see veins in there as well. Very nice. Just a little concerned. Okay, and then if you can just get close. Look at that one. See, there's veins in there. And let's look at this one. Looks like we got veins in there too. So all 4 eggs are looking to be fertile.